Hello, and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Devin.
Do you want to play a game? Because this week we recommend Saw.
We synced it.
So, all right,
Who picked this one? You did?
Devin.
Devin
I did.
Sweet.
Yes.
So we
yes.
have a special guest today, Saw's #1 fan,
Oh, yeah.
Devin. I guess I probably shouldn't say your last name.
Yeah.
Devin. I'll
Jacob is the middle name. I mean,
Okay.
if we're just,
All right, now
if that's what we're doing.
Now I have to bleep 2 things out, so that's great. That's really cool. I can't wait to do that. So I want to start off by Devin starting out and doing his best Jigsaw impersonation.
Okay. I want to play a game.
That's pretty good.
pretty
That's pretty good. All
I
right,
got one.
Jason.
I'm going to put you in a room and make you do weird stuff.
Dang. Okay.
You'll never get out.
Hold on. People are trying to break into the house because it was too good of a
That was great.
impression. So, like, watching all the Saw franchises, or movies in the franchise, like, I just, just started, like, making a character where it's, like, a cross between Jigsaw and Bill Engvall,
Mm-hmm.
to where,
Yeah, what does it sound like?
so it's just like, Devin, you are stuck in a room with Jesse and Jason. You've taken life not serious enough. And now I have to make you take it serious by doing a podcast with Jesse and Jason.
It's harsh.
You have an hour and 15 minutes to complete the podcast,
Cruel and unusual
or
punishment
the
right
entire
now.
house will explode.
It's gross.
Here's your trap.
Here's your trap.
He's like Bill Engvall. It's like, here's your sign. Instead, it's here's your trap. That's how he ends every. So he's like
Yeah.
he's like a comedian.
I guess it's pretty good.
It better be, because here's your
Yeah.
trap. It's
Well, I shall
Just make
pass.
it's way funnier whenever you're like
Just make 'em
drinking.
play.
and stuff, I guess.
It
It seemed
sure
to-
is.
Yeah, a shot of golden grain, ease you.
It was really funny.
You gotta play Monopoly, but they're gonna get all the properties first. Like one of everything.
I don't know what that
Torture.
means. Oh, gotcha. That would be. What if that's Saw 10, right? Saw 10's just like you got to play board games, and every time you
Oh,
lose, you
gosh.
die.
No, I feel like this guy just like was doing a jigsaw puzzle and someone messed it up one day, or like took one piece out of it so he couldn't finish it, and that's why he's just making everyone pay.
Yeah. Is that that was in the deleted
dick.
scenes? He's like, you've taken everything from me. My jigsaw piece.
Now
Here's-
I'm gonna make a skin puzzle.
Oh,
Here's
God.
Here's your trap. Okay, it's just it isn't hidden with you guys. That's fine.
What
That's
is it?
all right. It's okay.
I just don't hear Bill Engvall.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't hear Bill Engvall. The Bill Engvall part is the here's your trap.
hmm
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not too
classic.
familiar with Bill.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, you're on a first name basis with him. I thought you'd be a little. All right, so we're gonna go. Jason, have you seen all the Saws?
No,
Have you seen Saws?
I haven't seesawed.
So you've only seen the first one?
I've seen like a couple of them, but they're gross, and I don't like blood.
Oh,
Or
really?
gore?
I like gore's fine, but like when it comes to like
Why would you have to? Does it?
Like the guy crawling-
Gore is blood.
Like
Gore's worse than
no,
blood.
but like there's the one where the chick like pulls her hand down, but there's razors, or like the dude like
Oh hell yeah, that's one of the
that's
best.
super gross to me.
Yeah, that's Saw 2.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
Saw 2.
I saw see.
Oh man,
I
this is
did.
a great start. Devin's so happy to be here. All right,
I am.
so I want you, Devin, to give
All right.
me your rankings. Just do top 5.
Okay,
'cause
top 5.
Everybody knows Saw 7's out and Spiral's probably out.
Yeah.
Let's also not do Jigsaw. Let's just do the first 6.
Okay. I will go Saw 2,
Okay.
Saw 1,
Okay.
Saw 6.
Okay.
That's it.
No.
That's all of 'em.
Saw 4, Saw 3. No, Saw 3, then Saw 4.
Okay.
Damn.
I guess mine would
Real
be.
Saw fan.
It'd probably be Saw 1. After rewatching it again, I was like, oh, okay, no, this one rips. It just
Yeah.
rips.
I felt like Danny Glover had that coming, and has had it coming for a while.
Yeah.
Those fucked up Lethal Weapon movies.
Are those movies that bad? I love those movies.
I did too.
I've watched the first one and the second one.
Maybe that's why the Angels in the outfield.
He's
It's
too old
gotta
for
pay.
this. Like, I mean, the scene where he's on the toilet, it's like the best. It's one of the best scenes ever. Have you seen him?
Which one?
Lethal Weapon 2, I think, is the one where
no,
he.
the only one I've seen from
I've seen-
start to finish is Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
that's the funniest one, I think. It's supposed to be the
Had
funniest
Jet
one.
Li. He's a badass.
Crap, I haven't seen that one forever. I
Oh, I
forgot.
didn't know Jet Li was in that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess mine 1, 3, 2, 6, and then 5, 4. After watching 5, I was like, actually, I kind of like that. I kind of like that one.
Five. I like the cat and mouse part of 5.
It gets a little
but
too. That's where it's just like we have to explain everything no one understands, and then it's like, I still don't, but okay, let's go. So Devin, this was your recommendation. When was the first time you saw it?
Me and my mom watched it on DVD. I always heard people talk about it at school, seen the trailer, and yeah, just me and my mom and double wide trailer, and we just watched
Your
it.
mom a horror fan?
Yeah, well, she'll watch it if
That's
you
cool.
know I recommend it because she knows I love horror. Grew
Nice.
up with horror. Favorite genre?
Is this your favorite? What's your favorite horror movie? Is it Saw 2?
Yes, it is Saw 2.
What's your favorite horror movie outside of the Saw franchise?
Oh,
Since this is our first Halloween
that is tough.
inspired
Outside,
question.
I don't know. Maybe The Exorcist, but
Wow, an
I don't know.
Exorcist boy.
It is
Wow.
good. I try to put myself in the time that the movie came out, so I can see why The Exorcist.
That one was rough. The first time I watched it, I was like, this is the scariest movie
I got too
ever.
scared in
Really?
the intro when it was just playing scary music, and I ran out of the room.
Dang.
Yeah.
The theme is creepy.
Sorry.
The theme is
So
creepy.
you're just like not a horror movie guy, huh?
No, I like horror movies.
What's your favorite?
You like PG-13 horror movies? 'Cause you don't like
My favorite horror?
It's like he wants the R rating to be for nudity instead
cussing.
Maybe
of
thriller. I like thrillers.
thrillers.
Okay.
I
Do
don't
you,
know.
do you have a favorite?
I can't really think of one.
Dang, bro. On-
Jake and what the versus evil.
Oh, Tucker Dale.
Tucker
Dale
Dale
versus
okay.
Evil.
That's
that
great.
one's a really funny
That's
movie.
great.
I guess mine's The Thing, but we already did that movie, so it's not.
The
it's
thing,
not as
yeah,
fancy.
things up
That was
there.
really cool.
And then it'd be like Scream, and if we wanted like just a pure horror comedy, it'd be like the.
Anaconda.
That's
great
that's a
film.
classic. That's a
That is.
classic. That's right up there with Deep Blue Sea.
Oh my gosh.
And if I was wearing a hat, you know what it'd be?
What would it be?
It'd be like a shark fin.
That's,
Hello, Cool J, baby. Let's go.
that is great.
But my horror comedy would probably be The Cabin in the Woods. That's
Yeah,
that
I-
is.
I remember just
That was
taking
cool as shit.
like recommending that for my friends to go and watch in a theater because like it's Josh Whedon and guy who Drew Goddard. He was the original showrunner of Daredevil.
oh, sweet.
He wrote The Martian. He was a part of Cloverfield. I think he helped write it or directed it. No, because that was Matt Reeves. But anyways, that's whatever I was saying there. So so it's officially it's not gonna be October when this release. It'll be like a couple days before, but it's Halloween season, baby. We in the fall.
Yes,
Leaves are
best-
falling.
Best time of year right here.
Spooky.
Football, horror.
Football, horrors. I mean
Please.
horror.
Horrors.
Oh God, everybody's
Pumpkin
like,
spice. I mean,
I
Oh,
love being
well,
basic.
I don't.
yes.
I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy. I do like the smell, but the flavor,
I
it's
like-
okay.
I like pumpkin pie.
I do love pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Maybe a chest
Some
pie.
whipped cream.
You put me on pumpkin seeds. I give
Did
you
I?
that.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
you
when you
did put me
came
on
out, yeah.
I
pumpkin
do like
seeds.
pumpkin seeds.
I
Yeah.
was like, you eat pumpkin seeds. I was like, okay.
just the-
I see why.
Throw some salt on them. Yeah, I'm starting to shiver. So this film, it only took 18 days to film, which is
No kidding.
wild. Because think
Yeah.
about it. I mean, like most films take like 2 to 3 months. So the movie was filmed for like $700,000.
Yeah.
You know, but made over $100 million. It's one of the most profitable horror movies ever made,
Cool.
and it probably was until Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
That movie rules. And so they said there was an inspiration between the of the low budget was because of the Blair Witch. And they're like, if they can do it, we can do it.
Nice. So
And-
was Blair Witch like the most highest grossing horror film before
Probably
this?
at that time, maybe. I should have
Yeah,
looked that
maybe.
up. I mean, it was even lower budget than this.
Yeah,
I
no
mean, it was
shit.
like,
I know Texas Chainsaw had a low
Tens of
budget
thousands,
too
yeah.
and made a lot of money.
man, that movie is great.
Yeah, that's
Except for the wheelchair guy.
Yeah.
She's like pushing him. I mean, there's just a point where you're pushing. That guy is just, he ain't gonna make it, right?
No.
You gotta make the decision that the wheelchair guy's just not gonna make it. She's pushing him, and she's like, "Ah!" It's like struggling to push.
Poor thing trying.
There's just
He
a- There's just a point where you just flip the wheelchair and just go. I mean, I'm cutting that. We're canceled. So the film was originally going to be filmed through the lens of a security camera in an elevator.
Yeah,
I'm
whole
glad they
time.
changed that.
definitely.
And
Need
then
more room to
I
breathe.
guess M. Night Shyamalan was like, let's just do that movie and call it Devil. Did y'all watch that one?
I've
Devil?
seen it.
No.
It was pretty good.
I never saw Devil.
Ooh, I immediately called who was going to be the devil. I was like, it's obviously got to be the person you least expect.
Yeah,
I'm not going to spoil it for those.
he could have tried a little better.
Yeah.
Like had the actual devil
Yeah.
pop up or something.
That'd been sweet.
Always put the devil in your movies. It's always
Yeah.
better.
Scariest goat man.
So, so James Wan said, I felt people ended up concentrating on certain things that were not necessarily for us. What the film was about, like the blood and the guts of the trap. James Wan said, I keep reminding people that the reason why I think the first film worked so well was because it was fresh, it was unique, and it had a really cool twist ending that made people say, my God, did I see that? So I feel like that's probably him talking about where the franchise went. Because it became more bloods and guts
Oh, yeah.
versus this.
It
Like it gets
Yeah.
sillier.
And the twist, other than
I haven't
the,
really seen that.
because I think Saw 2 and Saw 3, after that, the twists just aren't that great.
no.
Like the kid being in, spoiler for Saw 2, the kid being in the safe in Saw 2 was a great twist.
Yeah, Saw 2 has layers.
Yeah.
It's not just that.
layers.
That's
And nothing will ever beat being thrown in a pit of needles.
Oh.
It's the roughest thing. And like what you were saying with the girl putting her hands in the
Yeah.
glass box.
Ew.
See, that's good. You don't need gore or blood. It's just, I mean, that one did have blood, but they still impactful scenes right there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like, oh.
But that's what that's the kind of thing I don't.
Yeah, I hate needles. So when she
Needles,
found that
yeah,
pit, I was
and
like,
razor
"Gosh."
blades.
That's the
that
problem.
whole-
But the problem with Saw 2 is that if everybody was just a little calmer,
No,
it would have been the easiest traps to get out of, right? Instead of throwing Amanda through there, how about just like gently set her down with her shoes on the ground? Just like if three of y'all got in, I still don't understand how she'd been able to find the key though. If that makes no sense. There's
she-
way too many needles.
sounds a lot.
So James Wan and Lee Winnell, they originally had two other ideas before this one that they wanted to do. One was an idea for a movie about astral projection.
I didn't know this.
And the second one was an idea about a guy who goes to sleep at night and wakes up in the morning with scratches on himself. He notices that something weird is happening to him at night, so he sets up a video cameras while he sleeps. And this was many years ago, long before Paranormal Activity.
I was say
was
so.
a thing.
Yeah.
I got one. You go to sleep and you keep having dreams that you have to pee, and it keeps waking you up, and you're like, I don't have to pee, and you go back to sleep.
I
But
think
really, you do have to pee.
that's just I think
Oh.
that's what
Yeah, piss in
happens.
bed. Yeah.
I think that's what happened when you hit your 60s.
That happened to me yesterday. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's at least once a year. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was weird that you walked in with a cane and have like pure
I
gray
know.
hair now.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
kind of weird.
At least I didn't pee in the bed.
I will say
I made it.
on the second movie, it sounds similar to Malignant. Just because she like passes out and then she gets kind of ignorant with Malignant.
Yeah. I mean, wow. If he really thought this back then that's
Yeah.
pretty insane.
Which-
Because these all
Well, because I
cancer
have
food.
a few more facts like this that kind of channels with Malignant. He obviously has something with cancer in horror movies. I mean, it's kind of one of the biggest fears for a lot of people, I feel like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's
that's up there.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like no
time
one,
is ticking.
no one wants it. The old ticker's ticking, that's what we say around here.
So,
So in an interview with the AV Club, Winnell recalled a time when he had serious migraines, so he had to always go in and get MRIs. And Winnell pondered, what if you were given the news that you had a tumor and you were going to die soon? How would you react to that? Winnell continued, instead of a doctor telling you you have a year to live, So make the best of it. This guy would put people in situations and say, you have 10 minutes to live. How are you going to spend those 10 minutes? Are you going to get out of it? And that's essentially
Yeah, but he's
that's
kind
the
of a
premise.
dick about it.
He does it to the right people.
To the right
they just-
people?
Yeah, the right people get tested. I think.
I mean, they're just like, Amanda's just a drug addict, dude. You know what? You know what I would do? Take her to rehab.
Okay.
Have we tried rehab?
Yeah, they do that in the series.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Did you watch it?
I absolutely apologize. And I'm upset. I'm upset that
She's
I
like the
said it.
perfect example for his theories and
Yeah,
methods.
but do we have to kill her? Potentially kill her?
You got to be
I
tested.
guess in his eyes, he's just like, I'm dying, everybody dying. if you-
well,
He's just upset. I don't know.
He's really salty.
he just wants
about it,
people to
though.
value life. I mean,
And,
is
like,
that too much to ask for?
The guy that, like,
I feel like he could have had like a made a self-help video about it though, instead of.
yeah, if only YouTube was out then. He'd have really had it made.
Oh yeah, he would have done much better. He had the puppet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the weird fucked up puppet.
Yeah,
Really?
the puppet. That's another thing that drawed me to the movie was the puppet. I was like, man, he's kind of creepy.
It's like between that and the twist, I mean, well, and Tobin Bell. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you don't get
He crushes.
not a lot of him in this movie.
It's just his voice, though. It's
yes.
just, I mean, you've heard me do it, and like it's pretty much spot on
Oh yeah,
with that. And
with a sprinkle of Bill Engvall.
Bill I mean, I could do the Jeff
There's your
Foxworthy.
try.
Yeah,
version.
let me hear that one.
Jason, you're in a room with a microphone in your head. Face. If you don't get out of this room in time, the microphone. Why am I like my voice is going? The microphone will explode.
This is just starting into Mission
Just
Impossible.
do everybody. Do Larry.
And then, if you don't get out of here, you might be dead. You might be a redneck. You might be dead.
Yeah, I picked up on that one.
Man, you trapped lightning in a bottle
What
here,
is
Jesse.
what does Larry? What does Larry the cable guy say?
You might be a redneck.
No,
Larry, that's him.
That's
man.
Foxworth.
No,
That's
okay.
Foxworth. What does Larry say?
My fault. I apologize.
What does Larry say?
He says a lot of weird stuff.
Oh
like,
my gosh!
I can't
Was
remember.
that early
what his-
2000s? I don't
Holy
man, I don't
crap!
know.
What's his thing?
uh,
All I know is that he's a rich.
Get her done?
Get her done.
That's Gosh.
Okay, I got it. Jesse, you're chained to a wall. The only way to get out is to do your best Larry the Cable Guy impression. You have 1
Oh,
hour
he's gonna die.
to get it
Oh, man.
perfect. Get her dead.
Live or die, get her done. You could have.
Dang it!
Come on, man.
That was good. Live or die, get her done.
Nice.
That needs to be on a shirt.
Obviously,
Live or die, get
I
her
don't,
done.
I don't
Yeah.
need to be the host here, y'all. If y'all need to kick me out of the podcast so y'all can do it, you can.
Bring the dog back in here.
No, please no. This is my time away from him. Just kidding. I like him. Well, anyways. All right. So, anybody else got anything to add before we hop in the plot? You got anything, Devin?
No.
One more thing. Top 3 James Wan movies. Have you seen all of
James
them?
Bond?
James Wan,
Oh no,
the
that's
director.
different.
He did Conjuring, Conjuring 2, first 2 Insidious movies, the one with the puppets, Saw,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Saw.
Malignant,
Saw.
and Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he did that.
You big Aquaman guy, Jason?
Jeez. I'll say Saw 1,
Jason Momoa.
Conjuring 2, and Dead Silence.
Mine would probably be Conjuring 2, Conjuring 1, and then, do I say Malignant? Do I do
Conjuring
that?
3.
Do I do that? I'd probably go, he didn't direct that one though.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll probably go either Saw 1 or Insidious 1. I love the first Insidious.
Insidious is good.
I don't remember it.
I just
I've
remember
seen
there's
it.
a lot of like, the camera will be just going through the house and you'd be like,
Yeah, you see
what,
a ghost.
was that a kid with his
Yeah.
face against the wall?
Ooh,
And then
Spooky.
it'd be scary.
spooky.
That's another James Wan property that gets a little too crazy. It's like, okay, like stop with the furthering or whatever. It's just like we're getting a little too silly.
Who
with
was your
it.
favorite James Wand?
James Wan?
Was it
Probably
Pierce Brosnan.
Ron Weasley
No? Okay.
because of his wand. All right, so we're just gonna get started here.
Nice.
So the film opens up with something that's not going to be important later in the film. Opens up with a guy in a bathtub. You see this floating blue light,
God damn it.
and then you
It's
see
pissed
that
me off so
he,
much.
while waking up, he unplugs the bathtub, and the little light goes through the drain.
Mhm.
Oh man,
What was that?
when we get to the end, it's like what? Because you completely forget it. Because so much happens throughout this movie. It's wild how much actually happens throughout the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot.
in an hour and 40 minutes,
I
and
just
like
feel
you
like-
completely forget that there was a blue light in a bathtub.
Yeah, he just didn't give this guy a chance with the key.
It is funny. His test was, hey, make sure you know that there's a key in this bathtub. Was that his test?
I think so.
No, he didn't know.
Yeah, but that was the only way he could get out, unless he cut his leg off.
Cut his foot, yeah.
But he went too
If
hard
he's
on the
gonna
chain.
let the thing go down the drain, then he should like leave him some plumbing tools and stuff.
I mean,
I don't know.
I just don't understand how the plumbing works in this place.
Anyway.
And did he poop in the toilet?
Yes.
Somebody did.
He's like, before I'm gonna lay down in the middle of the room, I'm gonna just take a massive crap.
Take a huge
He
dude.
says, yeah, somebody's gonna dig in it.
Yeah.
How was he not snickering while like he was digging through his shit?
I'm assuming he just. I don't know. I don't know.
It's just you just hear.
It's like, what an idiot.
Hell, the smell alone should have woke him up. Like, oh, catch him in the act.
Jeez. I'm assuming he probably just like he took something to paralyze him, but not knock him out to make him
Yeah,
sleep. I
relaxes.
guess.
It relaxes muscles.
It's just like he's in the middle of the
Chamomile.
room. You
It
just hear,
shows it in Saw 3.
it's like I think that corpse just farted.
Damn.
Oh,
Just
man.
You got to laugh on you.
That's hilarious.
All right, so and then we'll learn that the person in the bathtub was Adam. He's crying out for help, and another guy answers back. The other guy flips on the light, so he's just sitting there awake, not flipping on the light until
Yeah.
Adam woke up. And it's a great blurry shot where it's like everything's coming into focus for Adam, and it's like the room seems like 2 times bigger than it actually is.
Yeah.
And he's like gaining clarity of the situation. We see that there's a dead guy in the middle of the floor. Probably has nothing to do with the film. There's a micro cassette player and a revolver in his hands. The 2 men, they're chained to a pipe in the old bathroom, and the 2 begin to talk to each other. We learn that Carrie Elwes, who everybody might know from Princess Bride, and
Yeah,
he's also in the newest Mission Impossible.
as you wish.
He plays the character Dr. Gordon. So he's like introducing himself. He's calm. Adam's all over there freaking out because
Hey, did you wake up
He's
in a
like-
bathtub too? No, man. I've just been sitting in
No,
the
I
dark.
I just been chilling here. It's like, why didn't you turn on the lights?
It's
They're both
weird.
talking. They don't remember how they got there. We learned that Gordon was snatched up after work. Quotations.
Mhm.
Adam thinks someone may have taken his kidneys. And Gordon's like, you wouldn't, because you'd be bleeding out and probably dead by now. It's like, what are you, a surgeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he just looks back at him like, damn,
Oh, man.
my fault.
I can't wait till we get to Adam's first
Ugh.
his tape because it's so funny the way he reacts to it. Adam finally introduces himself because he's being all douchey and it's like, I'm not telling you my name. You might be a part of this. Gordon says they need to start thinking why they're there. Gordon sees a brand new clock in the dirty bathroom. He says, like, someone obviously wanted us to know the time. It's true, Jason.
Yep.
Gordon tries the door. Just pushing. While
budge.
Adam finds an envelope in his pocket with a tape in it. Gordon has an envelope as well, but his has a tape, bullet, and key. The key doesn't work for either of their chains. Adam tries to get the cassette player from the dead body. He's just throwing his shirt on it. It's like, what are you doing? The thing is, how, like, they could have spent 3 hours just trying to get the cassette player.
Yeah.
Because he
had,
had
like-
what if he had nothing to tie on to the shirt? How would they have gotten it? And then it perfectly,
they
like,
would've just-
tiny little thing goes into the
Yeah.
cassette player. I was like,
The plug or whatever.
it's like that should have been at least like 2 or 3 hours.
Yes,
Well, I
that's
mean-
taking time. Because the
Jigsaw-
probability is
You think the Jigsaw killer's just watching it like, oh man, I should have made
It's
that
like,
a little
dang it, I
easier.
should have gave him like a coat hanger or
should have
something.
scooted it closer, set it beside one of them.
Right?
With those claws with the trigger. Just
Yeah,
like-
exactly. And then we get to hear the first tape, the iconic Jigsaw tapes, right? Such a good idea, everybody.
Sure.
Probably the best.
I mean, if you're not gonna,
I do prefer when they do the videos, just because you see the puppet.
The puppet, yeah.
Those are the
I
better
prefer that
ones.
over the tape.
Yeah,
I do like puppets.
but the tape says, we hear Jigsaw, "Rise and shine, Adam. You're probably wondering where you are.
I'm Batman.
I'll tell you where you might be." I can't do it. I just gotta do it normal. I can't do it. Y'all are making me laugh. "You might be in the room that you die in. Up until now, you've simply sat in the shadows watching others live out their lives. But what do you voyeurs see when they look in the mirror?
He just takes pictures.
Now I see.
Man.
Now I see you as a strange mix of someone angry yet apathetic, but mostly just pathetic. So you're gonna watch yourself die here today, Adam, or do something about it, Adam." I don't get it. It's such a good line after that. I don't get it. But really, so what's his sin? He's a voyeur? Like, why does he deserve
He's
to?
like a private detective, right? That takes pictures.
Yeah, he takes
He's trying to
pictures.
because he got this guy for cheating.
But that's like a good job. Like these
It's like a normal job, like a
people need to know that they're cheating, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I guess he's angry and apathetic, and he just needs
That's
to
literally
he needs-
one of two things that like private eyes do. They catch people cheating, or they like.
Well, he's following him because somebody suspects him to be Dr. Gordon to be Jigsaw.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
That's why
that's
he's.
tap. I guess he just got in to the wrong.
man.
the
But
wrong
then he
person.
catches him cheating.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah. But it's just like, I don't think Adam deserves to be here.
Well,
he's kind
no,
of a douche, though.
but
I mean,
But I will say, when I was looking stuff up about this is like fans of the Saw franchise says like out of for the first movie, Adam's tape is the worst part of the movie. Just because they're like, well, it doesn't make sense why he's here.
yeah,
They said that
yeah, I guess.
that for them that the only plot hole is like, why is Adam
Adam really gets screwed.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and he doesn't even make it, man.
But he's kind of dumb too. So I mean, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, out of most of the characters in the movie, I'm like, Adam could have gone.
Okay, yeah.
Just,
Easy one.
he's just a little
He
weasel
just-
brat.
He just needed somebody else in
You
the
know,
room.
one of those.
He does man up though.
He does.
When he cuts
He
off
does.
his foot.
No, that's Gordon.
Did you
Oh,
watch the movie?
Yeah.
So Gordon asks for the tape player, but Adam is cautious and tells him to throw his tape. They argue, but he ultimately tosses the tape to him because Adam's untrustworthy. And then we get the Dr. Gordon tape. "Dr. Gordon, this is your wake-up call. Every day working life, you have been giving people the news that they're going to die soon. Now you will be the cause of death. Your aim in this game is to kill Adam. You have until 6 on the clock to do it. There's a man in the room with you. When there's that much poison in your blood, the only thing left to do is shoot yourself. There are ways to win." What if he actually just messed up and just kept it?
It's
in,
like,
sorry, hidden all
sorry.
around you. Just remember, X marks the spot for the treasure. If you do not kill Adam by 6, then Allison and Diana will die. Dr. Gordon, and I'll leave you in this room to rot. Here's your trap.
It's good. I'm getting
It's
it now. It's
funny.
getting better now.
Yeah.
There's some muffling too, and
Yeah,
it's like, too.
Maybe I'll edit my voice.
No, you're
to make it sound
No,
better.
no.
I'll put the Jigsaw sound on it.
So Dr. Gordon is there because he's a doctor?
Well, so
Gordon definitely deserves to be there.
I mean, it's just because he's cheating on his wife.
He's cheating on his
not
wife, and
appreciating life,
He's
Yes.
kind of a douche when he tells people that they're going to die.
and he's not giving the proper. Well, and because you have the scene that we'll get to in a second where he's just talking to the
He's just got,
students,
bad-
the doctor students, or
Bad
whatever you
bedside
call them.
manner.
Yeah, and because you have the orderly come in, Zep. He's like, his name's John. Pretty interesting guy. I don't know why I gave him that.
Oh yeah, that was
weird.
That was sexy.
yeah. You put some sugar in his voice.
I love Zep though. Zep's great. Or that actor's
There's
great.
your trap.
See, it's catching on. Here we go, baby. So Gordon keeps playing the tape over and over, and then somehow he's able to hear, "Follow your heart."
Oh, that's
Man,
so
that was-
nice.
That was good.
That was really tough. Man, they really what if he just missed that though? It's very subtle. It's like, man, it's very much like an escape room. It's like you just gotta
Doesn't
watch
he like
those
rewind
subtleties.
it?
Yeah,
to
and he
that
catches
part
it perfect.
Yeah, and then he,
perfectly
like,
on that spot?
turns. Yeah, it's
Man.
like, well, he was listening while I was going reverse.
Oh,
So
wait.
they. Who said that?
Me.
Is that you?
Yeah.
That sounded really good in my earphones.
Appreciate that.
Earphones, whatever. So he sees that there's a doo-doo heart on the toilet, and
Oh.
Adam, like a dummy, reaches into the actual toilet instead of thinking, "Hey, the heart's on the tank, so maybe let's try the tank first." You know.
To be fair, would you think to go check the tank
I
first?
would put my hand in the poop first. That's for sure. I would try the
That's
other
true.
thing.
We got hours
We'll-
to think about
we'll
this.
never
so
We got to 6 p.m.
we don't have to rush it.
We see that it's a black bag with 2 hand saws. They're trying to cut the chains, but it doesn't work. Adam suspiciously throws the bag into the bathtub and breaks the saw.
Yeah, he snapped.
Gordon realizes that the saws are to be used on their feet. Gordon thinks he knows who did this.
Mm-mm.
And then this is where we get the slow dissolve. We're meeting Detective Tapp and Detective Singh and Detective Carey, which we don't see much of Dina Meyer in this, but
Her
Oh.
character's great.
yeah, she gets done dirty.
Yes,
She gets
she
done way
deserved her
dirty.
own trials, I believe.
Was that 3 or 4 that she's
3.
3? Yeah. So Detective Tapp is played by Danny Glover. Detective Singh is played by what's his name? Kin Long, right? Yep, nailed it. Cool. Right?
So
I
Yeah.
suppose,
tap,
but
tap and sing, and what's the other one?
Carrie. Her name. They don't say her name in the film, I
Her-
don't think.
Detective
I ain't
Jazz
know that.
Hands.
Detective Jazz Hands, yeah. Detective, what's her name in Starship Troopers that we did? Dina Meyer? Riz.
Ah,
Detective Riz. Okay, so we'll keep going.
boobies.
So there's a slow dissolve. We see the 2 officers investigating a crime scene. There's a man in a cage full of razor wires. He's like all caught up and dead. The cops, they find his tape. We learn his name is Paul. We hear the tape. Hello, Paul.
He's like, don't go running straight into the razor wire.
Hello, Paul.
And then he does it.
You are a perfectly healthy, sane, middle-class male, yet last month you ran a straight razor across your wrists. Did you cut yourself because you truly wanted to
Dude,
die?
He just needs therapy, bro.
Or did you want some attention? Tonight you'll show me. The irony is that you'll have to cut yourself yet again. Find the path through the razor wire to the door. But hurry, at 3, that door will lock. And then this room becomes your tomb. How much blood will you shed to stay alive? Here's your trap.
Here's a trap.
Poor guy. He got tested because he was depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
a lot of
Fuck
us
him,
would be
right?
tested in today's world.
I mean, I guess it's when you get cancer, you're like, oh, you're trying to kill yourself. Well, I'm dying, so
Yeah.
like I don't
Like,
right.
It just
I guess-
everything turns into not as good as you dying.
Well, when you become like an older man, like Jigsaw, I guess you just get ornery and just like, you know what?
He's
I'm
ornery.
everybody younger than me. I'm just
I
taking
hate
out.
young people.
But we learned that Jigsaw he had 2 hours to escape, and then we see the crazy editing at its finest.
What?
Makes it look like he did like a 40-yard dash.
Yeah,
through
right.
that damn razor.
It's like, what are you doing?
Like, dude, you got 2 hours. Like, calm the
just
hell down.
Think it
Get to his
through.
3-point stance.
Like, you could- It didn't even look like when you see the trap. It's like, well, this actually doesn't look that bad.
No,
He just
but he just runs.
It's gonna hurt, but I mean, don't just start
Yeah.
flailing
Stomach acid
around.
everywhere.
It's like when a cat gets, like when you put like a piece of tape on a cat's foot, and it's like,
That is pretty funny. What the hell is
it's
this?
wild. I don't know. But that's the thing. It's like, you know, he picks people that aren't very smart.
Oh man.
And then we see that there's a jigsaw piece cut out of his body, and
I want to see where the puzzle, like how far along his puzzle is, and what it looks
oh, you didn't
like.
see he eats them.
He eats the puzzle
Yeah,
pieces.
you didn't watch the movie?
Yeah.
I did watch the movie.
No, I'm just
No, I'm kidding. He doesn't eat them.
That's gross. But
That'd be sick.
I'd watch that.
I want to see his skin puzzle.
But now, I'm curious as to where he keeps the pieces at.
He gives it to Amanda later.
And how does he keep him from getting all floppy?
Freeze them?
Maybe.
You know, like, so have y'all ever watched like cooking shows, like baking shows?
Oh, he kind of.
You know how they like they have like the flash freeze spray that they can
Yeah.
do? It's that.
Okay.
So now you know. We cut to Gordon. He starts explaining that the newspapers
Mm.
newspapers started calling him Jigsaw. And this is where we get the he's not really a murderer. He finds ways for victims to kill themselves.
Still a murderer.
But if you put people in the situation to die, then he's a murderer.
Yeah.
They can get him for murder.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Maybe kidnap.
Kidnapping, like maybe like attempted murder.
well, you force them into a situation where it's
Yeah.
like either they die or they escape, which would still be
I think
murder.
it's still kind of murder. I mean, I'm not a lawyerist.
I don't know.
It's like
Maybe.
if you leave your kid in the car, it's not the car's
Oh,
fault. It's your
sure.
car.
Yeah,
it's your
with the
fault.
windows
Okay.
up in like 100-degree weather.
Yeah.
So, and
you
then
have to escape the car or be boiled alive.
yeah,
You put it
it's-
like that. Yeah. All right, then.
But
So-
my fingies don't work. Too bad.
no, but I mean, if they just made it to, I mean, it's like I don't hate it. It's just kind of funny that they say he's not a murderer. If they just restate it and just be like, no, he's just someone who tests your will to survive,
Yeah.
it'd just been a little bit better. I
Yeah,
think.
they could have reworded it or.
But I mean,
Some more time.
compared to later films, yeah, he's not nearly as much of a murderer as the
No.
other guys are.
To be fair, they had 18 days, so.
That's true.
They-
Like, I'm
they
not
tried
mad
their
about it.
best.
I think it's funny. I'm glad they did it because then I get to
Yeah, it's sweet.
fun of it a little bit. I don't know. So then we cut to another trap, and this is for Mark. Hello, Mark. If you are so sick, then why do I have so many photos of you up and about? Let's put your so-called illness to the test. Right now, there's a slow-acting poison in your veins. The antidote is inside the safe. The combination to the safe is written on the wall. Hurry up and program it in, but watch your step. We see Mark stepping on pieces of glass.
Oh, and he's covered in goo.
By the way, that's a flammable substance smeared on your body, so I would be very careful with the candle if I were you. Or all the people you've burned with your act just might have their revenge. Here's your trap.
This is a rough trap.
Yeah, it is.
Like, he's ass naked. There's glass everywhere. He's got jelly, KY all on him.
And there's 1 billion There's 1 billion numbers on the.
Yeah, I'm
wall.
like, damn. Like, I wouldn't even pick up the damn candle. I'd just slowly die, I guess.
I don't. Yeah, like I don't get how he's just supposed to pick random numbers on the wall.
Yep.
I'd
don't
actually
know.
like to see his trap into a movie.
I try to always think about how people escape, and this is one I'm like, I don't know.
How do you get out of this?
Maybe
one?
there's a number there's a combination you can see
Maybe if you just
without picking it up.
if you
but-
just like really paid attention, maybe there's more clues everywhere. I don't know.
Would it be faster to just start with like 0-1, 0-1, 0-1? Oh, no. You know, like going through every.
Truthfully, it might have been a little faster. But we see Mark gets fried to a crisp because the detectives are it kind of pans to where the detectives are there now. And one of the cops found a hole in the wall so that Jigsaw can watch, and they find a pin light at the crime scene. It's like I just feel like talking
Curious.
about this now is almost meaningless unless we start talking about the further movies because now we know why there is the hole. We know how the
But
pin
yeah.
light gets there because it's the guy that eventually helps Jigsaw. Spoiler, sorry. And then we cut to a scene of Dr. Gordon at the hospital. He's talking about a guy's brain tumor, just like some random old guy. Well, that probably won't mean anything or do anything for the film. And then the guy walks in and he's like an orderly and says that the patient is John and he's a very interesting person. And then Gordon is called away. We also see that there's a girl in the room that's one of the students that kind of gives them like a,
Yeah.
it's like, ooh,
Like,
look at
do me,
him.
daddy.
Yeah, he's very, yep. It's like perform surgery.
So
on me.
the
I don't
orderly
know.
is probably in the other movies, right? He's one of the guys that helps him because he said something nice. Is that what happens? I have no idea.
Did you not watch this movie?
This one, but not like
That's Zeb.
Zep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that walks in, it's Zeb.
Oh,
He's like the whole guy at the very end. He's like help
I know
conducting all.
the cancer patient.
No, the other guy that's like video, like holding the wife and daughter
Oh,
gunshot.
shit, okay.
Gun, yeah.
Damn. And see, and this is another part, like a scene that if you're not paying attention, like you'll miss it because, I mean,
Oh yeah, I don't
the
think-
patient
I don't
has
really-
the
yeah.
notepad. And
He has the notepad.
yeah, he's got like, a sketchbook.
Oh, gotcha. Actually, I did not notice that.
Yeah, he's already.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Scheming
and
on
God
look.
track.
damn it, Jesse!
Sorry.
Did you watch the movie? Jesus.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see a minute detail. All right, we see the two detectives. They're investigating Gordon because it was his pin at the crime scene. Gordon decides he's got to go downtown. He's meeting with his lawyer. He reveals that he was actually seeing a mistress instead of because they're asking like, "Where were you last night?" And He was like, "Oh, I was at work," but really he was seeing a mistress,
Smashing guts.
and
Detective.
he's gonna have to reveal this to clear his name. We meet one of the victims, Amanda, the franchise's favorite character, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
definitely one of them.
They want to hear her story. She's the only one who has made it out of one of his traps. Then we cut to her trap. She's in a room with a giant contraption on her head. A TV comes on and reveals a puppet. I'm starting to lose my voice here. And then we get her tape, her videotape. Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose. The device you are wearing is hooked into your upper and lower jaw.
It's kind of like a reverse bear trap.
When the timer in the back goes off, your mouth will be permanently ripped open. Think of it like a reverse bear trap. Here, I'll show you. Then we see that there's a little
The mannequin head.
mannequin head. There is only one key to open the device. It is in the stomach of your dead cellmate. Look around, Amanda. You know that I'm not lying. Better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice. Here's your trap.
Live or die, get her done.
Live or die, get her done. Woo. So
Now I
poor.
can just see Larry the Cable Guy.
It's just like it's a more plump like puppet. It's got cut off flannel. On. That'd be pretty
trucker
good.
hat.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think we got it.
So poor cellmate, right? That guy
yeah.
had no shot. I guess his chances were just like make eyes at her and hope that she can't do it.
Hope that you poop out the key.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, hold on now. There is a way she could get out of that, but he tells her to hurry.
Yeah. She
but
does it in the
timer
worst
doesn't-
way.
Yeah, the timer doesn't start till she pulls the pin.
Yeah.
So technically, he could have.
She could have just waited for him to poop.
Yeah.
To have a BM.
Oh, that's so true. But Amanda decides to go buck wild in that chair.
I mean, the editing.
Yeah, it's so
Hell
crazy.
yeah. 9 Inch Nails video or some stuff.
That early
Hell yeah.
2000s editing right there.
Love
It's
it.
like, we got to be metal.
It was
So
metal.
she goes to cut the key out of the man, and she does it in a very chill way, right? So she makes sure that there's no way that if he survived, they could sew him back up.
Gosh.
Because she just starts straight up like
Yeah.
Michael Myersing him.
And this is definitely like the longest 60 seconds
Yeah.
ever.
It's like,
pulling out his tummy and
She just.
we learned that he was paralyzed essentially. He was essentially given like a heroin overdose. Or opioid.
overdose.
Yeah.
But he couldn't feel it. So he's
Yeah.
Damn, could he at least get up?
He might not. He might have died no
Damn,
matter
so-
what. I don't know.
Oh,
Need some Narcan up in there.
he's high as fuck though.
Yeah. He's like, hell yeah, this rules.
What are you doing with my tummy, you weird lady?
We see that she unlocks the trap just in time. The puppet wheels out on the tricycle. Congratulations, you are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to
Kick
be
the shit out
alive,
of that puppet.
but not you. Not anymore. That's immediately what I'd do too. I'd be like, so I'm free. I just
I'm like, yeah, where's the exit?
I just start like playing with the puppet, maybe take it home with me.
Yeah, like, can you pedal your ass to the exit so I know where the hell to
Take
go?
his,
I don't
take
know
his
where I'm at.
tricycle. Just
Push
wheel
the
away.
puppet off and just like take the tricycle. That'd be great. Oh my god.
Then you'd be in another trap.
Yeah. Amanda, you stole my tricycle.
And
Now
push Billy to the ground.
Now you are surrounded by tricycles. Each one will run you over.
I didn't really think this one through.
Yeah. So Tap asks if she's actually grateful now, and she says he helped her. It's like, okay.
Mhm.
I'd be a little pissed off. I
She's
think.
got issues.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie, though. I'm glad it showed somebody
Yeah, the bear trap.
escape.
I think the
Mhm.
bear trap's the most iconic trap,
Yeah.
right?
Because you're always waiting to see, okay, I want to see it done to somebody.
Yeah. I think they
Yeah, I
thought
kinda
that
did
the
once, yeah.
cutting the foot off was going to be the most iconic trap, but it's definitely
The bear trap.
the bear trap. It
Reverse.
just looks so cool.
Does look cool.
Yeah.
It's like an old set of those old braces they used to put on kids, like the giant headset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
This,
so
this mechanism will straighten your teeth
Yeah.
in about 16 years.
do you want to be picked on constantly?
No.
If so, here's your trap. Dang it, Jigsaw, I'm only 6.
Oh, man.
Gosh.
So we're back to the bathroom. Adam asks if he is sure and he still thinks it could be Gordon because, he's very smart and chill. Adam finds a piece of a mirror because he's like, I'm going to stab you. And then he sees this two-way mirror. So they break it and they see a camera behind the mirrors.
Uh-huh.
We cut from the camera's point of view and we hear that there's a guy watching. Gordon says there's no reason to try and break the glass to get into the camera because to overcome something, you have to understand what a perfect engine it is. That's how you overcome a disease. Because he's talking about the fact that they're in this perfectly set up trap and stuff like that.
That's dumb, Dr. Gordon.
Yeah. Well, he's a doctor, so where's your doctorate? Then we cut to Gordon back home. We first see his daughter sleeping. She's woken up by something. It's a really good scene. With the daughter looking into the corner, and you're trying to like squint your eyes to see if there's actually anything there. Then I don't know. That's just the classic. That's what James Wan does so good in his Conjuring and Insidious films, where it's just reaction of a girl just sitting, just what's there, and then cut to just pitch black and just slowly zooming in. And it's like, okay,
it's like I don't want to see it, but I do.
What's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a pig lady? Let me take you like this. And she goes to wake up her mom. She's just standing there staring at the mom, like I guess all kids do in horror movies.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Do your kids do
Yes,
that?
they've done it.
Do they just come into your room and just stare at you when they need you instead of saying anything?
They don't want to wake you up.
There's been a few times I woke up
watching
and
you sleep.
Yeah, I threw up or.
The mom says she will check out the room, but she wants her dad, which is Dr. Gordon. He is working on something in his room. He seems distant. He tries to calm her down, plays with her feet. He does the little piggy, goes to the market and stuff. His pager goes off. The kid thinks the dad's going to leave, them in general, because the mom said so. Because the mom's chill and just saying that to the daughter. And then we see the mom and dad are kind of having a fight. And then we're going back to the bathroom. Gordon shows a picture of his daughter, throws a wallet and stuff. And then Adam asks about his wife, says the picture is behind the one of his daughter. And it's supposed to be a picture of his wife, but it's actually a picture of the wife and daughter tied up. Behind the picture, it says X marks the spot. Sometimes you see more in the dark. And then he hides the picture from Gordon.
It's damn, dog, you're a freak.
Right? And then we're back to Gordon and his wife fighting. The wife is trying to fight to get some sort of passion out of Gordon. The classic, the guy's distant. So it's we need to fight so we can be
Oh, so she just wants to push him to the breaking point.
It's let's do one of those things in a movie where we fight and then we start making out.
Yeah, that's a normal relationship.
Come back together,
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. I haven't. So we're back in the daughter's room. We see the closet door opening real slow. It rules. And then we see that he attacks the person in the closet. Just stand the mom walks in because the girl screams. And then we just see a blanket over the character.
Just standing there.
Just standing there. It's why didn't you? What happened between you not having a sheet over your head in the closet to walking out, putting a sheet over your head, and waiting for the mom to walk in to get her? It's a little silly.
Some eye holes in it.
Then we cut to them tied up. The man is playing with the two. It's got a gun to the head and listening to the heartbeat while they're doing it because I guess he's just a dang freak. I don't know.
So weird.
And
Audiophile.
You slowly start to see the man's face a little more, and he looks more like the orderly guy in the hospital.
Oh.
Oh. Yes. Tap is watching from across the street, and this is where the acting gets a little rough with Danny Glover. With his sliced throat. You waiting for the doctor? I'm waiting for the doctor too. I never should have let you go. But his voice is supposed to be raspy because of it, and it's just during this scene you never see his face. It's only the back of his head the whole time. So I'm not even sure that he's there. Because I think Danny Glover only spent a day or two shooting all his stuff because he's This
Yeah,
is
I
one
think
of
they
the
did
highest-
shoot his in a day.
It's
Him
one of
and
the
somebody else's.
It's the classic thing where you get like a really famous actor.
He's
to
the
be in a
highest paid
movie.
actor on the cast, probably.
Yeah, because Cary Elwes didn't get paid. He's supposed to only get like 1% of like the total box office, and I don't even
Oh,
think
wow.
he got that. I think he ended up suing them.
Yeah, it was a lawsuit.
Before, and I
Nice.
think that came out like during. He was doing that while Saw 7 came out, which he's in, right?
Yeah, he's in 7.
Okay.
I still gotta watch 7. Only made it to 6.
Ugh.
we see that Tap is obsessed with Jigsaw murders. Like we see he's got his whole wall filled up with
He's got
Jigsaw
like the Charlie Day
stuff.
thing in the
Yeah.
room, and it's always sunny.
Red yarn everywhere. And he still thinks it's Dr. Gordon. Then we cut back to when Gordon is being interrogated. Tap gives him a ride and threatens him. He tells him, like, we arrested a dentist last week who liked to play with kids a bit too much. He lived 2 blocks from here. The sewer lines run under this neighborhood too, doctor.
Yeah, where's that guy in these trap rooms?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I guess
Where are the
he got
real bad-
arrested.
Well, he got arrested. Yeah.
But where's like
those
you got a
those type-
doctor and
those
a
type of guys
photographer
those guys get it in the later
in the
movies,
later
I guess.
movies. I just feel like
A pet? I don't know.
Didn't he get one pedophile?
okay.
I don't know.
I thought he got one. Maybe he didn't.
Should have got more.
Get them all.
Yeah, there's plenty.
But I mean, what? Why would you want to put them in a trap though? You just kind of want them
That's.
to kill
I
them.
mean,
We'll put them in like a, one of them
maybe
where they
it's
can't
'cause-
get out.
Yeah, we cut to Tap watching the Amanda tape. He's looking for clues. We see him becoming more and more obsessed. Dr. Singh comes in, and he's like, "Come on, man, let's go get a beer." Oh man, I hate that you're becoming so like obsessed with the case and stuff. And then he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And then, but he ends up finding a clue. We see graffiti in one of the tapes for Amanda. And for some reason, he filmed that in front of graffiti. I don't know. And then there's a fire alarm going, and it allows them to find the location. What?
I was just growing.
I know. It's really hard to talk.
It's okay.
It's roaring.
There's a fire alarm going. It allows them to find the location of Jigsaw. They go immediately to investigate. They sneak in and find his lair. We see all his plans. We see some traps, a puppet, a pig mask, and someone that is still alive because he didn't use hard enough tranquilizers. And that we see that there's some drills pointed like straight to his
old noggin there.
Straight to the temple.
his old temples and stuff. And they hear the elevator coming up. They're kind of freaking out. They're not sure if they should just kill him immediately. So they decide that they're going to go hide.
Well, Singh was like, "Man, we have him right here."
Yeah, let's take it over.
And
Let's take it.
Tapu found out where the layer was,
I know.
smart enough, and he's like, "No, let's hide."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what? They should immediately, like, he comes in. Oh, he's got a knife. Just shoot him in the knee or something.
Meet his ass at the elevator,
Yeah.
slap the cuffs on him.
I know.
yeah.
It makes no sense. And then, so,
let's hide.
yeah. Especially since whenever you see him walking around, he's walking like an old man,
Yeah,
essentially.
all feeble and whatnot.
It's like when Devin had his messed up.
Oh,
back.
that's messed.
Oh. Definitely.
Oh,
Had that
I was hurting bad.
ruptured disc or whatever.
Yeah, bulging disc. Oh, it was bad. Thanks,
It was
Jesse.
a similar walk though. So they ambush him, but he starts the trap on the older man that's in the room. Jigsaw is messing with him so he can escape. Jigsaw gets the upper hand by cutting Tap's throat because like he gets just distracted whenever the thing starts up or whatever.
Yeah, I love when they start the machine and they're like, "Quick, shoot the machine."
Yeah, hey, it worked. That part works.
Well, you know how they avoid that situation?
How?
They meet him at the elevator, slap
That's
the
true.
cuffs on
And
him.
it's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now
Singh's,
you got added stress.
Put a sheet
Yeah.
on your head so he thinks you're a ghost, and then pull his mask off. Ha!
So Jigsaw is making the run for it. Singh shoots Jigsaw from a distance with a shotgun. Of course, that doesn't go well because it's a shotgun. Why didn't he just bring a handgun? But then he walks into a trap and gets shot by a bunch of guns, a bunch of like shotguns, double
shotguns.
barrel.
Yeah, should have just went for beer.
Can I?
Yeah.
I just want to say that this part rules. The,
Yeah.
Yes,
the shotgun trap.
It does rule. Yeah. That's the
Can I
only
ask you
real
something?
trap.
Is Jigsaw now a murderer technically?
Always been a murderer.
No, he should have checked where he was stepping.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That was.
you got to pause.
Here's your trap.
Be aware of your surroundings.
That's
Tell y'all
true.
that in y'all's meetings.
Well,
but
he didn't kill him with the shotguns. It was the strings' fault.
yes,
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
that's how I like to think, anyways.
And then we see Jigsaw stand up and he escapes. We cut back to Tap in his rundown apartment watching the apartment footage. Then we cut back to the two men in the bathroom. Adam is still staring at the picture of the Gordon's family. It's so obvious. I like how one time he's just holding it behind a pipe and it's just so visible to
Hey,
Gordon.
what are
It's
you
so funny.
what are you looking at over there?
So, oh, nothing. I'm just
Oh,
being weird.
back to the layer situation.
Okay.
He slits Tap's throat.
Yeah,
Okay. He could have killed him.
he could have killed him.
So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he knew the blade wasn't sharp enough.
Oh, that's a sweet Assassin's Creed blade, though.
Yeah. It just
This movie started
Badass.
Escape Games
yeah.
Is that-
and Assassin's Creed.
Oh man.
Actually, I don't know. I think Assassin's Creed could have been before this. I'm not sure.
Oh, what is this? 04?
So 4. Was it Xbox 360 out
Yeah.
by now? They might have been
Oh,
out.
I don't know if it was out yet, but
I
It's a
don't know.
sweet crossover, though.
Welcome to
he's
Game
got the
Talk.
robe and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Man, James Wan is
He curated so much.
man. It all started from this.
All started from this. Right? Yeah. I think, this was his first. Yeah.
So Donnie Glover, Donnie, good old Donnie.
Donald Glover's his
We're,
nephew, I think, right? Is that
I
his
don't know if
nephew?
there's any relation. It could be.
No, they are.
Daniel
But
Glover.
they are.
Yeah, they're related.
He gets his throat slit,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys said that he was on the radio talking earlier. Like, do you not find that out till another movie?
No,
It's all in this movie.
So right before this, because we hear him talking and he's got a raspy voice, and then
Oh.
it's kind of cutting to this to show what happened to get his raspy voice. So Adam and him argue, and then Adam thinks to turn off the lights because Gordon says, "It's like you don't keep me in the dark over there," and he's like, and then finally Adam's like, "Oh, do you think that might be like what the picture meant? Like see in the
it
dark?
clicks.
Should that be it? Maybe? Like, why didn't you just immediately think of that? That was obvious." So they turn off the lights. They see an X on the wall near Gordon, and it's essentially just glow in the dark paint that the lights eventually charge.
But before he turns off the light, he finds the cigarettes, right? Or
No,
has,
he's about to.
This is what it is. Yeah,
Okay.
because he breaks open the wall, has a box in it. The box has a cell phone, a cigarette, and a lighter, and a note for the doctor that reads, "This." The cigarettes are harmless, I promise. Smoking is only poisonous when it ends in bloodshed. Think about this. You don't need a gun to kill Adam. Here's your trap.
make him smoke himself to death.
Yeah. So Gordon tries to use the cell phone, but it doesn't work. He comes up with the idea that it's only to receive calls, not make them for some reason.
And to play Frogger.
Did they make cell phones like this?
Was it a flip phone?
Oh man, what if it did have Snake on it? And he's just like, I don't actually care about my. I'm actually trying to get him out of here so I can keep banging this other girl. So he reminisces about the night he got captured. He had a picture taken of him as he was leaving. He says from work, but we'll learn that it's from a mistress. We also see that someone in a pig mask was in the back of his car. He couldn't get cell service, and the person attacked him because he goes to try to do this weird garage phone, right?
Yep.
The
You're
weird
right.
garage
Checking?
phone. Mm-hmm.
Gordon asks him, and this is back in the bathroom. Gordon asks him how he knew to turn off the lights. They're starting to get under each other's skin. And he's like, Gordon wants to know more about Adam. And then Adam has this great line. My last girlfriend was a feminist vegan punk who broke up with me because she thought I was too angry.
Yeah, that's a good call on her part.
I don't know. Yeah, definitely a good call.
Adam is good and bad in this movie.
Yeah, he really
Like,
is. Some of the acting from him is like,
Yeah.
he's like a child sometimes, the way he delivers some lines. So Adam shows Gordon the picture. He starts breaking down because he's like, here, fine. You want to know what I'm looking at? And then Carrie Elwes starts acting really good.
Oh, yeah.
He said, Gordon realizes what he is supposed to do with the cigarette. He dips it in the blood, but he comes up with a plan. He decides that he's going to shut off the light and whispers so that the guy who's watching the camera can't hear him.
Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Obviously, they're not creating a plan, right?
No.
Obviously, the guy behind the camera wouldn't be like, "Oh, I bet they're not."
Just switch it
trying
on
to
to
do
night vision
something."
here.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
See what they're doing.
What he should have done was turn off the light, saying that he's like pretending to like poison the cigarette and
I'm
then
poisoning
throw
the
it to him.
cigarette now.
Well, like not say it, but why he's like, so
Yeah.
it makes it more look like he's trying not to show Adam that he's poisoning the cigarette into the blood. That's what I was kind of thinking.
But I love the performance that Adam gives.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When he gets poisoned.
Yeah, because after he shuts
So
off the
good.
lights, they're essentially coming up with that he's going to pretend to smoke the cigarette and die. It's a horrible idea. And then, yeah, we see Adam pretending to die.
Oh.
There was no chance of this work.
No.
Even if the guy behind the camera believed that they weren't creating a plan, Adam just ruined it.
If I'm the man behind the camera, I'm just shaking my head, probably laughing like, "What? Are you serious?"
Didn't he have a line like, "Yeah, sure"? But the man behind, we learned that the man behind the camera is able to shock them.
Yeah.
Gordon doesn't
That's
believe
new.
him, and which I don't. Is it him shocking him, or is it the guy in the middle of the room?
It has to
Jigsaw?
be
Because he
the
also
man-
has because
Does
he's
he?
able to shock him later, right?
Oh yeah,
At the
no,
very
it
end
is
of the movie,
him.
so it must be him,
Wow.
unless they both have one.
So what was it under? It had to be under the recorder.
Oh
Because he has
yeah,
the gun.
no, it couldn't have been him then.
No, it is him. You're right.
Well,
It's in his mouth.
unless they're both have
Oh, it
one,
could
I
be
don't
in his
know.
mouth.
Yeah, he's just like with his tongue. It's like flipping.
Oh, nice sound effects.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Saw ASMR.
Oh.
So, did this guy on the floor, did they not, like, did you stare at him long enough? Like, you can see him breathe. Or does he have some kind of sedative?
Yeah, he takes something.
He
Yeah,
takes
it's
something to
like
make him
slows his
sleepy.
breathing and his heart rate.
Slows
I
his heart,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
It relaxes his muscles, but
Yeah.
He's just real relaxed.
And so
chill.
Gordon actually doesn't believe that Adam got shocked. He thinks he's just lying, I guess. And then
Yeah.
he starts freaking out and starts trying to cut the chain again.
mm,
And then Adam's like, "Oh, now that I've been shocked, I remember everything."
Well, that's how it works with what amnesia.
So
You just bump his head on the wall and remember.
this was my favorite scene whenever I first watched this movie. It scared the crap out of me as a child.
it is tense.
I guess as a teenager or whatever. So Adam remembers everything. He's coming home from taking pictures of Gordon. We see that he's like got a bunch of pictures of a bunch of random people in his red room. The red light is way too bright. Just to let you know, I took black and white photography. All his pictures be ruined by those red lights. It's got to be very,
Really?
very dim. Yeah. It's like you can barely see in an actual red room. And we see one of them is a picture of Gordon. And then like Adam sits down. There's like this cool shot that we get from outside the room where you can just see Gordon's face in like the doorknob hole. And it's like
Yeah.
slowly zooming out. It's such a good
remember that.
shot.
That's cool.
Adam falls asleep in the red room. He wakes up and all the power's off. He hears a noise and he goes to investigate it. And he's like trying to get the lights to come back on, but he can't. So he starts using his camera's flash as a light. Like he's hearing a noise and then he's like taking pictures, and all of a sudden there's the puppet of Jigsaw. It's really good.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
And
it's the
and
puppet
then
first.
he's hearing something from the closet, and then he opens the closet doors and takes a picture, and the pig mask jumps out.
Oh,
so
God,
good. I
scared me-
love
that
it.
scared the
They
shit
did
out of
add
me.
As a child,
the
that was
camera
terrible.
as a light source in the video game.
Did they?
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's all.
it
I didn't know
sucks,
there was a
but
Saw video
it is
game.
in there for it.
Did you
didn't
play
know
it?
that?
No, I didn't know there was one.
It's
so
it's
bad
not
it's good.
it's not great, but I mean it's the only one you got, you know.
Extreme
You
escape
Well, two,
room.
but yeah, they should.
Me and my buddy growing up, we played it. And we had a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I mean it's not like hard or anything. It was really
No.
that was the problem. It was too easy. I felt like
Oh, those circuit boards when you have to line up.
I don't even remember this.
Okay.
I don't remember
That was
now.
hard.
So now we're back to the bathroom. The cell phone rings. The person on the phone is his daughter. And they're like, I miss you, I love you, whatever. Then the orderly takes the phone away and puts it to his wife. She asks if Adam's there. It says, don't believe Adam's lies, and then hangs up. And then Gordon's confronting Adam. Adam tells him he knows that he is cheating on his wife because he took pictures of him. He reveals what was
Naughty.
left in the black bag. It's pictures of him cheating. It's just like a whole bunch of pictures of him.
Just like he's been cheating a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just been following him for a while.
Yeah, it's weird.
Then we're cutting to Gordon with the mistress. We learned that it's it's the girl from earlier whenever he was doing the tumor talk. He went there, I guess, so she paged him earlier in the film while he was with the wife and daughter. He's like, why are you paging me? You're not supposed to page me like this. Whenever I'm at home, I gave you a specific time to page me. it's a pager. I mean, it's not very,
She's like, I don't know what the specifics are or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
And she
like-
started unbuttoning her blouse.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Okay.
It's just like
She ready to go.
the number 8 with like equal, like less
Yeah.
than sign.
And then it's
I never had a pager. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
I never did.
we should get pagers.
No.
That'd be really
Bring 'em
cool.
back.
Yeah, let's do it. He went there. He essentially, it seems like he's gonna try to break off the relationship a little bit, right? I kind of got that type of vibe.
I think
from
he
it.
wants to call it off. And
Yeah. So he really didn't need the trap. If you think about it, he would have done it again though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the phone rings in the motel room. It's this kind of a tense scene where it's like, "Did you tell anybody we're here?" And he's like, "No." And we learn that it's for Gordon. It's the orderly saying he knows what he does.
They didn't notice
It's
that
like, I know
this
what you're
puppet on a
doing.
tricycle's been following him around the
Yeah.
hotel.
Peeking around the corner.
He's just like driving down the road, and you see the puppet like pedaling really fast on a tricycle.
Getting in the elevator,
Like-
going down.
Cars, what do they call it? Like car sketching, or
Yes.
Oh, we're just
Yeah, he's, like,
sketching, yeah.
he's holding onto the back of a car, like old
Billy's
thing,
ballsy. I
like
mean, he's just-
Bart Simpson. Oh yeah, it's called Billy.
Billy the puppet.
Billy the puppet. It's a hell of a name.
That's
So-
really its fucking name.
Mhm.
Billy.
Billy.
It's dumb.
So Gordon wants to know who paid him to take these pictures. He says his name's Bob. He explains that the guy who paid him, it has like a cut on his throat, and Gordon's like, "That's Detective Tapp.
There's one guy with a cut on his throat.
He's a crazy guy. He thinks I'm Jigsaw." Gordon just he's defeated. He's laying on the ground, just like, "Just kill me now."
It's got Gracie
Kill
voice.
me. Yeah, that is my Gracie voice. Oh, that's so funny. The mom,
Just end it, Daddy.
Daddy, Jigsaw's got a trap for me, Daddy.
Now you sound like dude from Family Guy.
Yeah, that is Jesse.
Oh no.
So we learn the mom and the daughter, they're still alive. The mom is going to try to escape. She starts unloosening the ropes around her wrist. Adam notices that there was someone else at his house last night. Adam notices that they're out of time though. Zep's going to go kill the wife and daughter, but
Mhm.
first he's like, "Oh, you have to tell him that game's over and that time's up." So he calls and says there's time's up, but then she like breaks out and is attacking Zep.
Badass.
She gets the upper hand.
Twist. It's the daughter's Jigsaw.
Oh,
Yeah, and she's talking to Gordon. Zep finds an opportunity to attack, and they fight because the daughter like makes a note, like screams or something, and then she looks over, and then Zep attacks again. Tap hears the gunshots from across the street, and he goes to help. Him and Zep have like a firefight essentially in the room, and then they run out of bullets and just start fighting each other. Zep knocks him out and goes to kill Gordon. Just leaves the wife and daughter there. But during all this time, Gordon thinks that the wife and daughter may be dead. So we're cutting back to Gordon crying with some great makeup on.
Oh, the worst.
It's really good
Oh, he
makeup.
got pale.
Yeah, and so
Too fast.
we also Gordon's like he starts getting electrocuted for some reason. He's like foaming at the mouth. We see in it like Tap and Zep driving. So fun fact about this: they had no budget to film outside at all.
Was it like in a parking lot or something?
Yeah, so
and it looks like the cars are not moving.
yeah, they're in a parking garage and they're just shaking the cars and just doing insane editing.
It works.
Yeah, they just.
I mean, it works.
It's kind of like those old movies where they definitely
Gosh.
don't know how to
Yeah.
drive and they're just like
Yeah,
doing the wheel like crazy.
I love it. I always love those things. But yeah, they had no money. They couldn't film outside. It'd been too much for permits and stuff. So Zep and Tap arrive at the location. The cell phone rings for around Gordon. Zep and Tap continue their chase. Gordon is freaking out more and more. And then what?
Well, he's not thinking.
Yeah, he's
When the
definitely-
phone's ringing,
Yeah.
he's like reaching.
Well, yeah, because he threw the cell phone like an idiot,
Well, no, it's still there. And
but he can't reach it though.
take
He's-
his shirt off.
I know. Well, he tries to get the little the box, and he still can't reach it. Yeah,
Maybe
he-
I don't remember it that well.
he's
'Cause I'm like,
he's definitely. Yeah, I mean, he could have taken his shirt off and just used his own advice.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he takes his shirt off for?
Show his abs.
To
Yeah. So he'd rather cut his foot off.
I mean, I guess either way, he had to do it though, because I mean, Zepp makes it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah, so Gordon decides to cut his leg off, and it rules.
Yeah.
Like that cut into it, it looks so real
It
and good.
does.
It's like the beauty of this movie is all
So-
happening right
That's what
here.
everybody's waiting for, too. One of them to
From
do it.
here to the end. It's like the thing you expected to see, a foot being cut off, and then at the end, something you did not expect to see.
So when he cuts off his foot, have you seen what is it, 28 hours or what was it called? The
27.
27 hours.
I
Where
think
he
it's
has
like
to cut his arm off.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the James Franco movie.
It's been a while.
How do you compare these limb removals? Like,
Oh.
because in that
Honestly, the 27 hours is rough.
it's
Yeah.
wrong. And then they do the sound when he gets to the nerve.
He's
he's
got
like,
he's got a dull knife. At least this is something you can actually cut your bone
Yeah.
with. Because
Thank you.
then he has to kind of like break his.
yeah.
Is that
Thanks,
cool?
Jigsaw.
Thanks,
Thanks for the
Jigsaw.
sharp tool.
And that happened in real life in 27 hours,
Yes.
which is crazy. So Gordon cuts his leg off. Zepp and Tap are still fighting. It's honestly, it's like it's a great scene. This whole scene is. Wish the Zepp and Tap fight didn't take so much of it. I just want to be there with him cutting his leg off.
Yeah.
Call me a freak.
So was the doctor dead at this
Gotta
point?
cut that out.
He's
No,
all foaming up.
He's still cutting his leg
Think-
off at this point. He gets the leg
Really?
off and he survives,
Okay.
as far as we know. And we actually don't know until it's all 7.
Yeah.
And so Zepp kills Tap. It's a real bummer. Because I was really hoping he'd get out of it,
Bummer.
but he can't. Gordon has the bullet and is going for the gun. And then, like, he's just, I'm so sorry. I gotta do this. This shoots him. He really has this like very puff, like he's like the whole time. It's funny.
Hell yeah.
And then Zepp enters the room. He's checking on Adam. Gordon's like, I did it, but Zepp's like, he's too late. You're too late, man. I gotta kill you. Them's the rules.
Mm.
Then Adam jumps awake and attacks Zepp. He bashes his head in with a toilet tank lid and it
Hell yeah.
rolls. Gordon says he will get help. I'll go.
He's like, don't leave me.
I'll come back. I gotta go. That's how he does it, though.
It is.
And he's like the palest. Like the thing is, so watching it again a couple of days ago, and you know he's like really pale and he's like powder all over him.
Yes.
But whenever you see in the bathroom when like they throw things, like a bunch of dust is like flying up. So it kind of makes sense that he's that pale looking because he's rolling on the ground, putting his face on the ground.
I didn't think of that, but yeah.
But that's just me trying to find a reason why
Sure.
it
Why
should
he's
look
so
this
pale?
bad.
Like when the blood drains from your face and you're super
Yeah,
scared. I
but-
think, is that what they're trying to do though?
Well,
That's what I
yeah,
think.
I think that's what
Because
they're
he's
trying to
losing,
do.
he lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
That too.
I mean, you know, if he has that knife, he could just
You
cauterize
think if
this
he's a
one.
doctor, he would have been better at
He
cutting
just
off
like,
his own foot.
I mean, just like really light up the like one of those pipes and just stick your wound on it. I don't know, whatever. And then Gordon just like he waddles on out. Yeah. And then Adams checks Zepp pockets. He finds a tape, and this is when we start realizing maybe he's not a part of it either because the tape plays, "Hello, Mr. Hindle," or as they called you around the hospital, Zepp. I want you to make a choice. There's a slow-acting poison coursing through your system, which only I have the antidote for. You will murder a mother and her child. Will you murder a mother and her child to save your life? Listen carefully. If you will, there are rules. Here's your trap.
There's your
Is that
trap.
really his only? Is that what that's what his tape says? How does he know it all what to do? I guess he probably has a bunch of envelopes and stuff.
Yeah, he's going through it like through the motions like
Man,
Adam
why
and
don't-
Gordon.
I want this.
They got the
I want like why didn't we get the scenes leading up to Zepp? Like in all these sequels.
Because you're led to believe it. He's Jigsaw.
No, I just mean like in the later movies because you know we
Oh.
cut back and forth a lot in those movies. I'd like to see like did he attack him and like drug him and take him to a certain spot or did he just?
Well, you say he's an interesting man. I don't.
I guess he maybe talked to him like while he's at the. I don't know. I don't know.
Possibly.
So Adam is in disbelief, and then we see the dead man. Like, also, so the guy that created the score only had like 3 days or 3 weeks to create the score.
Charlie
the score
Clouser.
rules.
Brought the heat.
It's so good, especially at this scene because it's like revving up, and then we see that the dead man's getting up. He's like
Hell
taking off his like the brain looking stuff on him.
Sweet.
And we see that it's the old man from the hospital. It's doing the classic like a bunch of cuts that it does to like
yes, where
previous parts of the
everything
movie.
makes
It's
sense.
so good.
Yes.
He tells him the key is in the bathtub, but it's the blue light that went down the drain.
Aw.
I feel like we could help the guy out.
Feel
He
bad for this guy.
he should have.
Yeah. Adam's
learn out later.
trying to shoot Jigsaw, but Jigsaw electrocutes him, so that's why maybe he's the one that hits it. And then we get the iconic line, "Game over." And then that's the movie.
Hell yeah. That was
Classic, iconic.
Shout out to Leigh Whannell. His acting when
Oh, man.
Tobin gets up.
Yeah.
He's just like everybody when you see it, and you're like, what the hell?
What?
It's just
God,
like,
he's so hit or miss in this movie. It's
Yeah.
wild.
he's either good or bad. And there's
Okay, so I want to ask the question: who wins this movie? Like who comes out of this movie looking the best? Is it James Wan, Tobin Bell? It's not Cary Elwes.
it's
Is
not.
it Leigh Whannell? I mean, like, what would he be doing if it wasn't for this movie? I mean, obviously, it's
I'd say
James
James
Wan.
Wan and
Yeah,
Leigh Whannell.
because what
'Cause
did
Tobin, I'd say 2 is what makes Tobin.
Yeah, he definitely wins that one. That's for sure. That and
Yeah.
Amanda. I think Amanda is great in that one, but she really crushes into the third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Kinda.
I haven't seen it yet.
The third one, that's the first R-rated movie that I kind of snuck into. I didn't really sneak into. Like,
Bad boy.
I had friends that wanted to go watch it, and they're like, you're not old enough to see this." I was like, "No." Because I was younger than all, like, my best friends
You were,
at the
you were
time. And
kidnapped.
he, so they had to get me in by pretending that I was a son or something.
Oh, wow.
It's great. The movie rules. That movie
That's
rules.
cool.
I think.
Yeah.
Saw 3 is good.
I'll have to watch it.
So now we're gonna get to our first category. It's called the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine.
The Fine.
Yeah.
I like wine.
The good is our favorite part or favorite scene, just anything that we thought was really good in the movie. The bad is what we think the worst part of the movie is, just in terms of like filmmaking or whatever. The ugly is something that didn't age well. And the fine is the twist. No, the fine is the good. I just read my
Or is
notes and
it?
it
Great job.
said what the fine. The fine is something that aged well. So,
man.
does anybody want to go first for the good?
I'll just say this movie in general is the good because it injected new life in horror.
Yeah.
It was refreshing,
It
original.
created a new
Yes,
kind of
it-
genre. of
Yeah, it did
horror.
create a new subgenre.
Like
It
escape
did.
room.
It created escape rooms.
Yeah.
That's wild. I guess my good would just be the James Wan directing, because it's cheap. There's no reason for there to be suspense like there is in this film, right?
No.
$700,000, and you're making me scared of a dark room, like, and the camera pointing at a corner, and I'm just like, oh snap, this is
Yeah.
good. This
And
is just
having
great.
to make a decision is scary. Like, especially you ever have to like decide where you want to eat.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm down for whatever, but
you can't say that though, because
Wait, what are you talking about?
like with your spouse, you like, or like a group of people. Like, say
Yeah.
there's like 4 people. You're like, where you want to eat? I don't know. I like everything. Well, and then you're like, one person has not. You know, you can't pick somewhere to eat.
Yeah. How does this have to do with
It's
it?
scary.
Good. Oh, okay. Okay.
Scary.
decisions
okay,
are,
okay.
decisions are scary.
Decisions are scary.
in
You're
They're
right.
scary and
You're right.
stressful.
I just
Took
think-
a while to get there, but
I just missed where
Yeah.
I just missed
my
I-
thought train was
I'm-
all over the place.
I missed the transition to that. Okay. So then we got the bad. Who wants to go with the bad?
scary pig face. No, we were talking about the bad. Okay,
Yeah, like that part that you think is bad of the film.
I think Jigsaw made some bad choices on who to put in these situations.
that's
Yeah.
just what I was thinking.
That is what. Mine was some of the acting in certain
Yeah,
scenes
the acting,
acting.
the poisoning.
and the Cary Elwes makeup. was really-
I agree. The acting.
That was rough.
Powdered his nose too much.
So what's something that didn't age well? Pagers.
Pagers never aged well.
Pagers.
What did I put?
So flip phones that can only receive calls, not make calls, which is I don't know how you even
Why
do
would
that.
you sell that? Nobody wants that phone.
Yeah. Would you?
I put like you're bad, the choices, the methods,
Yeah.
how like the daughter and the wife had to die. Like
Yeah.
they don't control.
They didn't have anything to do.
That's not right.
He's a murderer.
And he's trying
Yeah.
not to be a
Yeah.
murderer, right? Like,
And
and his whole
it contradicts
thing.
his methods. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I want to defend you, guy. I do,
But I mean, he never pulls the trigger. I mean,
That
it's
is cool.
it's Zepp's choice to actually go through with it.
I
But he
guess.
he forces him into a situation where he
Yeah,
has
he's
to.
like,
though.
but yeah, he's
I
like,
gotta get that antidote. But
Yeah.
he's free to roam wherever.
Where that antidote
and
at,
just
though.
die. Or
Why didn't
maybe-
you?
yeah, what-
Just
Or go to the hospital.
wait a second.
Now that I think about it, see,
Do you just
Zepp could have just went to the doctor.
just take the tape to hi cop help,
Damn, Mr. Handel. I mean,
and then it would be like, oh, your insurance doesn't cover it. Sorry. And then
gotta pay out of pocket.
we'd be back at Saw 6.
Jeez.
All right, and then we'll do the fine. It's the part that ages the best. I'll go ahead and do mine since I just said it out loud. It's the twist.
The twist was cool.
Like, there's nothing ages better in this. Well, the twist and James Wan, I think, aged the best, but just because James Wan became just one of the best, horror film
Oscar
directors
yeah.
ever.
Directors.
Cool.
I'll say Charlie Klauser's scored the
Yeah.
theme. I
It's
mean,
a banger, dude.
Yeah,
That was
it's
really cool.
straight heat. I mean, he was composing straight heat.
Like, yeah, I want to listen to it on my way to work, I think, Monday.
I listened to it in the gym. I mean, I'm
Just
just
sit
like, damn, what workout do I want to do?
You're going
So scary.
behind
Yeah.
people at the bench press.
Damn, stress.
Need a spot.
Lift or not,
Dear
get her done.
Dear
You know
work-
what I'm saying, man?
dear workout friend,
Here's your trap.
you are here pushing these weights up and down, but I'm here. You have to
Hey,
make the choice
Get out of my head. Get away from me.
on to either wipe down the
Creep.
seat after you're done with it,
Oh,
or have the
goodness.
weights
Hey, you better do that.
fall on your neck.
Oh, so gross.
Here's your trap. Cool. So, and then we're to the other category, which is double feature, which is where we pick a film that we think would be good to watch back to back with this. And I'm gonna go first. I decided to pick 13 Ghosts, the Tony
Ooh, that was so
Shalhoub
cool.
movie. It's a wild movie. It's
That
got
was great.
insane editing, just like this movie. It's very much a product of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Really does.
Matthew
That's cool as fuck.
Lillard's in it. He's great. He goes 100 no matter what, and he's one of the best horror
Gave it
actors
his all
ever.
right there.
Yeah. And then I'm actually also going to recommend another movie. It's nothing to do with this, but it just came out this week, and I think everybody should watch it on Hulu. It's called No One Can Save You.
Yeah. That was
It's an
sweet.
awesome
Saw that
sci-fi
last-
horror
the other night.
movie.
I'll have
Yeah.
to watch it now.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Y'all are hyping this up.
Yeah.
Spooky
So
aliens.
who wants to go next
Oh,
for
I'll
their
put,
double feature?
The Collector.
The Collector. It's a great movie.
Traps, but this guy does not care if you.
Yeah.
Well, he wants you to die.
Have you seen it, Jason?
The Collector?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So it's a movie about there's a guy who's going to rob this house for these rich people, right?
Yes.
But before he got there, there was a guy setting up a trap, like a bunch of
Oh,
like
like-
Home Alone
Yeah, I
traps,
was gonna say,
essentially.
this sounds like Home Alone. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
So there's like the serial killers that's setting up a trap for this family. So the guy who's robbing the place is like, wait.
I'm going to take these traps.
Well, he's like,
Yeah,
no.
he's in a literal trap house.
Yeah. But it's just cool because the guy that was robbing the place is now like, should I help save these people? And then he's also trying to run around so the collector doesn't see him.
Ooh.
It's very interesting.
sounds
It's
cool.
really good.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching as I watched it around the time I watched Saw, I believe, or one of the Saws.
I just
because-
recently watched the sequel, The Collection.
Is it any good?
I like it.
I heard it was like pretty, like
I mean,
compared to the
it
other
is,
one.
man, but the first one was more intense. It's great. It's great.
All right, you got one? If you don't have one, it's okay.
No, it's a show. It's the show where all the people
Okay.
play the games and die.
Oh, Squid Game.
Yes.
I haven't seen Squid Game yet. Have you seen
You
it?
haven't seen Squid
I
Game?
haven't seen Squid
Oh
Game.
man, love it.
It's cool.
I didn't watch a lot of TV when it was coming out. I watched more
It's
movies.
pretty cool.
Now I watch TV.
Yeah, it's a series, but it's a lot of like weird shit like this.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's great.
All right, and so next week, rejoin us again. I don't know. I'm saying it weird. I'm getting nervous because Devin's here and he always makes fun of our outro.
That's not true.
But next week, we are doing the film The Exorcist. We're doing it in celebration of the new Exorcist, The Exorcist, The Believer,
Oh,
True
yeah.
Believer, directed by David
a
Gordon
lot.
Green. Can't wait.
Oof.
But yeah, we're doing the original Exorcist next week, so make sure you watch it before you come back and listen to us. If you want to follow us on our social medias or listen to us on a different platform, follow our Linktree it's Linktree/We Recommend Podcast. We're on X, Facebook, Twitter. Wait, no, that's the same thing. TikTok. We're on every single platform to listen. So if you're just found us on YouTube and want to listen to us on Spotify or something, you can follow our Linktree. It's in the descriptions. And I would like to thank Joey Prosser for our intro and outro. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser.
Mr. X.
I'd also like to thank Devin. Not going to say his last name.
Please don't.
Oh.
He lives at blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Actually, I don't know your address. But I'd like thank you for joining
Man,
us.
thank y'all for having me.
This
This
was
was fun.
Our first 3-person podcast. We're going to do
First
it again
threesome.
soon.
I like the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Was just now created.
We're definitely going to have to wrap this up.
I
It's
like
20 minutes to the Titans game.
Oh,
So
yes.
okay.
please join us next week. This has been We Recommend. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Devin.
See you next week. Bye.
See ya.